Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. Haven't been on for a few days, but obviously we've had to sell a cup in that over the weekend. But I'm delighted to see John's joining me. How are you, John?
Tony, mate, how we doing? Because I was on tonight, mate, and after excursions in Japan, fantastic time, mate, and it's great to be back on live.
Yeah, I'm absolutely melting today. It's been like 35 degrees here, and it's still 28 now, and we've had some thunder. So, so the storms are coming. We need a thunderstorm, may clear the air, which would be absolutely fantastic. It's far too hot, absolutely too hot today.
It is.
Thank God for cool aircon in the car. That's the thing. That's all I can say.
I agree, man. I agree. It's what it is, right? It's just I knew what to expect coming back. It's going to be hot, but at the moment in time, I mean, listen, we got to quote what we got, Tony. I mean, yes, it's going to be hot. We get that, but we just got to enjoy what we can because a couple of days' time, it could even be flipping raining for a whole week. You just never know.
You never know, John. I mean, for this country, I mean, all I'm going to say is I'm absolutely grateful that I have an electric car because I can switch the aircon on from my phone in work. It's 15 minutes before I finish, so when I get in the car, it's lovely and cool inside, and I just climb into a nice cold car, like getting into a fridge. That's the advantage of having an electric car because you've got that option that you can just stick the aircon on and you ain't got to worry about it.
I totally agree. That'll be my next car. Till I get a new car, if and when it does, then I will get an electric car. That'll be the next step.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Anyway, guys and girls, you know the drill. If you do like what you see, please don't forget to smash that like. It does help the channel. So follow Sean the Sheep there, the Magpie, and smash those likes. We are stream sharing, so we're on John Sinclair's channel as well. So if you're on his channel, nip over and smash the like on here, and vice versa, go and smash the like on John's as well. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come in to subscribe, come be part of this great community you got here. Also hit the bell notification. That tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. Both of those are obviously free to do so. If you do want to make a donation, do that in chat, clicking on the $sign. Any super chats will be read out first. And if you want to become a member, it's 99p per month. And you can do that clicking the join button. All money is reinvested back in the channel to bring you these shows. Let's dive into some comments because the comments have come in pretty quick now. Mason says, John, would you take DCL at Man United? If Man United want DCL, they can have him.
They can have him.
I can't believe that. Can you? That Man United want DCL.
Well, I think they need another striker, to be fair, because they got Xerxes as well, Marcus Rashford as well, but I think they definitely need another striker. I heard again Matis Delit and Masoud as well. I think that'd be a good signings for them, to be fair, but this is not a United channel. But for me, I mean, they're massive tags and a huge pressure out of the season. I'm not going to lie to you because he's got to deliver. And I still think we'll finish above them next season, Tony. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I was standing in the garden on Saturday. Well, I was watching the game, obviously, on Saturday. Obviously on stream on the NUFC TV. And sitting in the garden watching the game. And I got an almighty fright. I heard this thud and I thought, what the hell is that? And I turned around and there's a football in the garden. And it must come from Wembley because it must be when he put it over the crossbar.
Wow. It's Johnny Evans, eh?
Oh, Johnny Evans, when he missed that penalty, must have landed in my back garden. A joke, by the way, joke.
Wow. It is the dick.
Splat says, evening, Tony and John. Good evening, Splat.
Big up, Splat.
Martin says, hello, you sexy man. Whoop, whoop. It's the one and only John Sinclair with his black and white top on.
Oh, thank you, Martin, man. Hey, Martin, don't tell your wife, though.
Ian Fleming says, evening, Tony and John. Good evening, Ian. Hope you're well. Lee says, evening, Tony and John. How are you keeping? Yeah, very well, mate. Very well. Brian's and he says, evening, my eyes are burning seeing Katie Price all over Twitter with a Cleveland steamer on her stomach. Honestly, yes. She just does my head in. I just can't stand that woman one bit. Mick says, big up and live free, Tony and John. Question, Tony, where do you live? I'm in Suffolk, mate. That's where I live, Suffolk. So, yeah, it's been really hot down here today. Cambridge was the hottest place today, and that's like 40 minutes away from me. So yeah, it's not great. Martin says it was 40 degrees in my car in Dover and Kent today.
Wow.
Cliffs of Dover at St Margaret's. I bet a lovely
Careful,
view.
Martin. Careful, Martin. Just make sure you drink plenty of water, mate.
Absolutely, look, plenty of water. Bia says my new neighbour's a Man U fan. I've started throwing dog poo over.
Wow.
Pablo's in the chat. Hi, Pablo. He says, big up the best Newcastle United YouTube, both Tony and John. Hope you're both doing great. We definitely need a right winger in, maybe on loan with an option to buy. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Pablo, I'll look at your DM, mate. I will reply back to you later or tomorrow, mate. I mean, I know I got your message. I totally forgot it.
There you go, Pablo. So John will reply to you, mate. Brian says, John, I saw you in the stack the other day chatting up the lasses at the bar.
Wow. You know what it is, right? I mean, first of all, you haven't been to the stack. Big up to the stack who build it up, man. But I had so many stops as well. I had about 15 to 20 photo tapping on the phones and that, right? Which is very thanks so much indeed for that. And then our people started to ask some questions and stuff. Big up to Michelle Gregory. She was my very first follower back in 2011 on social media, right? And 13 years later, right? Finally met her. And I tell you what,
Yeah.
she was absolutely brilliant. So, Misha, if you're watching, pet, big up to you and your husband as well. And we got to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Absolutely. Absolutely fantastic. Right, where are we with the comments? Pablo says, I meant the best Newcastle United YouTube duo. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, Beer.
John has Cruella Deville called you yet, says Beer.
Nah, not yet.
Martin says, not married, mate, which I ended up in a box after screwing me for 500k. Oh, gosh.
Wow. That ain't good, man.
Ian Fleming says, did you enjoy Japan, John?
Big up, Ian. I enjoyed a fantastic time. Really great. I mean, lots of things to do. Disney, obviously 2 games. We did the beer garden. I don't drink anywhere. Couple of events as well. Do check out Disney with me and Adam. That was funny, man.
Pablo says, it's cool, John. No issues, bro.
Big up, Pabs.
Trevor says, I sent an email to the team with the receipt and I hope they throw the book at him over there selling the shirt. If he is doing that, then yeah, let's hope they do. Let's hope they do. Well done for that. I got my car today. It was like 70 degrees. I couldn't get in and drive till it cooled down. That's what I'm saying, Brian. I've got an electric car. I can just switch the aircon on. And when I get to the car, it's nice and cool. You know, same in the winter. When it's cold, I can switch the heating on and the heating will come on in the car. So when I get in the car, it's nice and warm. See?
Gosh.
Got the best of both worlds. That's the only thing you can do. That's one good thing you can do with an electric car that you can't do with a petrol or diesel car, because if you wanted to run the aircon, you'd have to physically switch the engine on.
Do you have to charge it up as well? Like, say you charge it up for an electric car and you drove from here to Newcastle. Do you have to stop somewhere to charge your car up sometimes?
Yeah, John, yeah.
That's the disadvantage, though, isn't it?
But there again, if you're going on a rapid charger, they're pretty quick. So, say, for instance, if I stop at Leeds on the way up at Garforth, I would stop there. There's a Wetherspoons and they've got a rapid charger in the car park. So I sit the car on the rapid charger, go in there, have a cup of tea or whatever, and sit there for maybe an hour. By the time I get back in the car, it's almost fully charged and on my way again. So yeah.
So no diesel, no petrol then?
No, just pure electric. That's all it is, pure electric.
Wow, saves you a bit of money as well, man.
Yeah, it does. It saves a lot. I mean, look, I can charge my car at home and it only costs me about, £6 to fully charge it. And that gets me maybe 180 miles. But again, I look at that and I think, yeah, that's fine. But I can run backwards and forwards to work.
Yeah.
And not charge it for a week. So, look, my charges to come down. I mean, when I had a diesel, it was costing me nearly 160 quid a month. Mm-hmm. Along with the £20 road tax on top of that. So look, the way I look at it now, it's saved me a lot of money. I've saved a lot of money, in fact, and I'm really glad I did go electric, to be honest. Yes, I would love a Tesla. I've got a Renault Zoe, but I tell you what,
Yeah.
it's a brilliant car, brilliant little car. Don't need nothing big, but it's a brilliant little car. And I had it in Newcastle a few weeks ago, and yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. In the hotel I stayed at, had free electric charging, so I just charged the car overnight. Happy days. Didn't cost me a penny. Free charge.
Wow. Cost you that all this petrol and diesel, that sort of thing. Bosh.
Yeah.
I've got to look into it, man. Looking into it.
It's great. I don't even have to stop at fuel stations now. I just drive past them.
Bosh. Or stop
the stack is crap. You can't get fish and chips.
Wow.
You're both getting that beautiful away top tomorrow, says Pablo. I can't wait to see that, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
Get months on Saturday.
Definitely. There we go. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Julie J. Hope you're well.
Good, Julie J.
Martin says electric car tax coming in soon and pay per mile. I mean, look, the car tax for that, I mean, I think that's ridiculous. If you ask me, this is a Conservative thing. They want to bring it up to 25 quid. Goes up in April. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get around this system. And I probably shouldn't say this online because I'll probably get copped now for saying it. But what I'm going to do is in February, at the end, on the last day of February, I'm going to put the car as sewn off-road. And then the next day, the 1st of March, I'm going to tax it. So I get another year free of tax because my tax runs till August next year, which means I would then have to pay. But if I cancel it in the end of February and then tax it on the 1st of March, I miss out the charge because it doesn't come in till the 1st of April. And so if anybody else has got an electric car out there, that's your loophole. Just sewn your car the day before, the 1st of March. At the night time, it doesn't matter what time you do it. I'll finish work, come home, sewn the car. Next morning, I'll tax it on the road. No hard fee. And the thing is, it's still not cost me anything. I think taxing electric cars is a joke, if I'm honest, because it's a zero emission car and you're not throwing out emissions. So why should you be taxed for something that's not emissions? But you know, this is a Tory thing, and whether we'll see what the Labour government do in their first budget. But that's for another show. That's not for this show. We're all football, not politics. I watched the Leeds match at the weekend. Our keeper was crap, says Trevor. Yeah, it was 4-4, wasn't it? Problem with electric cars is not enough charging. 3s each. Problem with electric cars is there's not enough charging stations. Yeah, I mean, look, you're right, Brian. There isn't a lot of them. But look, the thing is, you are getting more and more. But the annoying thing is, if you go to a charge point and somebody's parked there, that's not even an electric car. That can get annoying. But it's nice to see that. I went to Morrison's the other day, and they've actually got a sign up: if you're not an electric car and you're parked in the space, an £85 fine. I thought, yeah, well done. Bias says you can also warm yourself up by pushing your car. You can't push them to a charge station, mate. Once they're around, that's it. They'll be taxed to mail due to the loss of fuel duty. Hi, guys, says Umar. Hi to you, Umar. Hope you're well. Tesla's owned by Musk, I heard. Shite, says Brian. What do you guys think of Sanusi? Yeah, we're going to talk about him, absolutely. Umar. Pete says, I would rather have a right-wing coming in. Yeah, absolutely. Tony's got dodgy scams on the HMRC than Radcliffe. Hey, it's not a scam, mate. It's not a scam. It's not even, you know, at the end of the day, all I'm doing, it's perfectly legal what I'm doing. I'm doing nothing illegal. All I'm doing is I'm sewing the car, which you can legally do. You can do any car. John could do his car tonight and sew his car and then tax it tomorrow morning. It's not illegal. It's not illegal.
It's a hybrid, Tony, those electric cars. A hybrid. Is it hybrid?
No, it's full electric.
Full electric. Cool.
Yeah, so there's no petrol or diesel involved in it. Right, let's quickly talk about the Cellar Cup. I mean, we had that at the weekend. There we are, the Cellar Cup. Obviously, you went to both games, John. We played Hirona on the Friday. basically we blasted them out the game in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, we saw Anthony Gordon resume as normal, scoring again, and what a great goal by Gordon, by the way. Isak missed a penalty, but you know what? I'm not bothered about missing a penalty in a pre-season game. I'd rather he'd done it in that game than it be a Premier League game, say, or a cup game that we really need a penalty putting away. I mean, look, Girona, yes, they finished third, I think, in La Liga last season. They're in the Champions League. I've got to say, I looked at the Girona side and I think, I don't know how they're going to cope in the Champions League. Maybe last season was a one-off for them. I don't think they'll finish in the top three again. I think they'll struggle. I mean, we took them apart. Obviously, we changed it around the second half. What was your thoughts on that game, John?
I thought Girona very disappointing tourney. I expected a lot more from them because yes, they lost Dovic to Roma and Savio to Man City. That's a massive blow for them. That's two top quality players take out in your team, and it's hard to replace them as well, if you know what I mean. But as for Newcastle, I thought you were excellent first half. I thought Joe Linton outstanding. I mean, controlling midfield, making those breaks in midfield, his runs as well, was absolutely fantastic. Jacob Murphy had a fantastic game as well. I mean, he's on fire. He scored another great goal, the second goal of the game. And it was it. Anthony Gordon scored a good goal as well, put through. And then the fourth goal, I mean, and the first goal was 36. Got the first goal late. But listen, I'm not going to get carried away on him because, listen, look, I'm not going to criticize him. I'm not going to get on his case, but we know his limit is limited. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a friendly. We're not getting carried away. I know we beat him 4-0, but I thought it could have been a lot more goals. Their keeper is excellent, by the way. But like I said, 21 goal attempts, 11 on target. We deserve to win it on the day. But Eddie must be proud of the performance. I was pleased with the performance as well. And listen, job well done. And job well done.
And then Saturday we played Brest from France again, team who finished third in Ligue 1 last season. Now, a good goal from Harvey Barnes, which I thought was a cracking goal, by the way. I thought we controlled that game well at times. Yes, they had a lot more possession than us, but they seemed to be quite toothless up front. Okay, Dubravka made a couple of saves in the first half. One looked like it was for the cameras. But to me, look, Blackademus made a good save in the second half as well.
He did.
I think if they had put their chances away, they could well have beaten us. I thought they were a tougher test, if I'm honest. But I thought we played really well. I thought we controlled the game. Although I know people are a bit disappointed with Harvey Barnes. Some people are saying, oh, well, you know, he scored a great goal, but after that he disappeared. Look, and as I've said, it's pre-season. It's about getting your minutes, you know, and your match fitness. Asula, I thought he looked good for his first game. The goal he scored was very composed, very well taken. Shimmy was offside. Now, I look back at that, and I don't think he's actually offside. I think he's just played onside. But because he ain't got VAR in these friendlies, that's not going to come up. But I thought he'd done some nice touches for a lad who's 6'4". He's got some pace. He's got some power. Yes, he's a bit raw, but I think there's definitely something can be worked on him in training. And do you know what? I look at that, right? And I know a lot of fans had a meltdown when we were signing him for 10 million quid. But look, and I'll admit at first I was a bit like, whoa, why we're buying this guy? But then I sat back and thought about it. Let's give the guy a chance. And after seeing him on Saturday, I thought, hang on a minute, he doesn't look too bad. And what you've got to remember is you've got to remember the difference in players, the calibre of players we've got in our team to the calibre of players that they had in the Sheffield United team. And they ain't a scratch on what the calibre of our players are. So I thought Osula had a good game on Saturday. And I tell you now, if he gets a run this season and scores goals, even coming on as a sub and scores goals, you could... And people laughed the other day last week when I said if he gets 15 goals this season in all competitions, and people said, "Oh, where's he going to get 15 goals from?" He's never, But the thing is, though, as I've said, he's in a totally different team with a different caliber of players now. And if he gets 15 goals in this season in all competitions, that's FA Cup, League Cup, and Premier League. You could have somebody watching him at the end of the season think you could have a bidding war. People saying, "Oh, we'll give you 50 million for him," because his value would just go boom, skyrocket. Remember, he's young and he's got a long way to go yet. And I believe with the right coaching and being in a team with a good caliber player, this guy could be an absolute snip at 10 million. And could he even push Callum Wilson to third choice, John?
100%. I mean, I think you analysed it quite well, Tony, to be fair. But when you look at it, right, I mean, I know Judge and he does. I mean, listen, like you said, you mentioned the word raw, right? Yes, he is very raw, right? And he's a young striker, yeah, like his movement, after he's got a touch on him. I mean, he takes a lot of hits really well. He gets back up. He gets on with it, slight. However, I think this guy can come a long way with Eddie's training, Eddie's coaching. I think he'll come a long way. But I know people say, "Oh, underwhelmed about this signing." Look at West Ham, this our Fulkrug, right? For 27 million quid. We signed this guy for what? 10 mil with 5 millions on top as well with add-ons. For me, right? I mean, I hope that this guy come a long way. If you go back in 2001, we signed Craig Bellamy, and everyone's saying, "Craig, who? We paid what, 6 mil for this guy? Does Bobby Robson know exactly what he's doing? Is he getting it right?" And then we know what Craig Bellamy was all about. It was pace, it was a nuisance, he scored goals, and he played wide as well. 2 for the price of 1. However, with Azula, he could play wide as well. And I hope that it could be their surprise package. I'm not going to put pressure on this guy, right? You got to give him a year's grace and see how he does. And then the following season, yeah, I hope he steps up. I really do. But I've got high hopes of this guy. I mean, Nicholas Fulkrug is not. Let's get out of the way. But we need, I would love to have him, by the way, 27 mil, but we'd love to see him succeed. We do give players a chance. You know what I mean? And you mentioned there about Callum Wilson being third choice. I want our players to do really well. If that means Osula does well and he does the biz, then that position is his to keep.
Thing is, though, John, as much as Fulkrug is a good striker, but would he come to Newcastle and sit on the bench as second choice? I don't think so.
That's definitely not at all. I tell you that straight away. He would not. He would be playing games. There again, he goes to West Ham, right? And I tell you something now. I think West Ham's going to have a fantastic season. They've got that JCT as well, meaning Jean-Claire Todibo as well on a season-long loan. We should have been after this guy as well because I think this guy is a really good player. Yes, disciplinary ain't the best, but when he does play, Tony, I think this guy's a really good defender that defends properly. He could have gone to Juventus, by the way, but Juve just didn't want to pay his wages or something like that. What happened there, I don't know. But I tell you one thing, right? West Ham are lucky to get this guy.
Bia says breaking the hearing into Manchester City's 115 FFP charges is set to begin in September with a verdict expected in early 2025.
Wow. I tell you what, I think City will win the arbitration. But with this one, this can go either way. I think they will be guilty of something. They will do. Don't worry about that. But arbitration, I reckon they won that. I really do. That's gone quiet.
Yeah. Alan, good evening. He says, "Evening, guys. I'm like you. I like the Sasula. Lots of pace, good size, will hold the ball up and also give Isak Wilson a break." Yeah, I totally agree, Alan. Absolutely.
Not just that, but he'll be playing with better players as well. I mean, he plays Anthony Gordon, then cool.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. Absolutely. You're absolutely spot on about that one. So look, and when all the ladies, they did well as well. They won their they won their Salah Cup match against AC Milan on penalties. I didn't see the women's game, But look, by all accounts, they played really well and they came back to 2-2. And then obviously beat them on penalties. Was it a good game, John?
First half, I mean, when they scored that cracking goal and that curling shot, I thought that's a really good goal. However, I thought Milan were really, really good. I mean, okay, they scored 2 soft goals. Second half is a bit anticlimax, to be fair. I mean, Newcastle did not get that many only had many chances. They had 1 shot on goal in that second half, I think, or maybe 2, and that was that goal. And then right near the end, however, I mean, I honestly think that the penalties were really, really good, and we're just glad that they won the Cellar Cup. Newcastle Lasters, and where to get up to the Premier League. I think we could do it this year. I really do think we could do it. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can do it, John. I really do think they can do it. And why not? You know, why not?
Rule it out. Rule it out of these.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Demi Stokes was the captain on Saturday as well. So,
play well.
Is she going to be the captain for the new season? And let's just stick with the women's football just for one moment as well.
Yeah.
There is a lot of rumours going around that we are interested in signing this player, Nikita Paris. Now, I tell you what, I watched her back in the 2019 World Cup. She had a brilliant World Cup. I know she's not been in the England team as much now, but I tell you what, she's got a lot of pace, and if this will be a huge signing if she is come to Newcastle in the Championship, because I think Newcastle in the Championship can attract the big players, because players will go there knowing that, one, it's a project, and two, they know that we could have a team that could challenge and win promotion to the WSL. So it may mean they have to spend a season at the WSL. But look, what's your thoughts, John? Newcastle looking at Nikita Paris. You know, there's no FFP in women's games, so there's no worries on wages and things like that.
Oh, I tell you what, Nikita's a really, really good player for United. And I tell you what, if she does come to Newcastle, I tell you what, right, you just mentioned no FFP. I honestly, truly believe that Newcastle could go up. Signing this player alone, I think that should be the real deal. That close the deal, because we got a good squad already, yeah? And I think that signing right there can make a huge difference. And I believe it could be a done deal. You never know.
Yeah, you never know, John. You never know. But yeah. Right. Let's go back to this player, the one that's been talked about a lot lately. And there he is, Marquis. Now, John, the thing is, fans have been getting up in arms over this. And look, I sit back and I watch this on Twitter unfold. It's fans having meltdowns. Now, okay, so our second bid of 50 million. Our first bid was rejected at 40 million, then 50 million was rejected.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Keith Downey said today that we have gone in with a third bid. Now, a lot of people are presuming it's 55 million plus add-ons, and apparently we've just got to sort out the add-ons, the criteria around the add-ons for getting him through the door. Now, we know the player's keen to come. Wages won't be a problem. But look, some of our fans on Twitter are going into a meltdown, John, and I'll explain why. So what I'm saying is, when the second bid, this was when the huge meltdown started, when the second bid of 50 million was knocked back. Oh, are we going back to our former owner when he didn't want to pay the money? You know, we've got the richest owners in world football, but they can't pay the money. They don't want to pay the money. And it's like, hang on a minute. And I'm just watching this thinking, oh my God, these fans really need to learn about business, learn about transfers, because do some of them actually know how transfers actually work? Now, I'm not saying buying a player is the same as going out and buying a car or buying a house. If you went to buy a house, say you looked at a £300,000 house, are you going to go straight and say, there you go, I'll give you the 300 grand? No, you're not. You might go in and say, tell you what, 300,000, I'll give you 250 grand. And they might say, oh no, we can't accept that, we want 300. Then you go, 275 final offer. And then they might go, do you know what? It's a house sale. Yeah, okay, well, it's 25 grand less than the asking price. But yeah, it's exactly the same in football. All we've done is we've gone in with a low ball offer. That's how football works. That's how negotiations work. Because a club can put a price on a player, saying £65 million for Key. But they probably know themselves they're not going to get that sort of money. But what they're going to do is they're going to try and eke as much money as they possibly can out of the buying club. That's how football works. It's business, unfortunately. And some of our fans don't seem to understand that. And that annoys me because I think, but I won't put anything on there because if you say anything, you'll get blasted for it because they'll say, oh, what do you know? What do you know? You know, so it's not worth the hassle. But I just look back and laugh at them. But the thing is, though, John, right? I'm not worried that we've gone in with a low ball offer of 40 million and that was not bad. That's fair enough. All we've done is upped it by 10 million. But now we've got to up it a little bit more. I mean, John, football transfers, have you seen the fan meltdown over this? I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And to think that they're even putting our former owner in the same sentence as our great owners we've got now. I'm sorry, would our former owner go out and pay over 50 million quid for a defender? Not a bloody chance he would. He'd rather go and get one on a free if he could, or 5 million quid.
Fact. I mean, I've seen, I kept a low profile as well about fans meltdown and affiliates. I really have to because, look, being a YouTuber as well as you, Tony, right? I mean, like, I have an opinion and I just stick to it, like, you know what I mean? But on this instance, I'll just get my nose out. But the one thing I'm going to say, nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. No one knows, right? No one knows what's happened unless you're in the club, yeah? And I don't know why people are kicking off saying that, we need to spend more. Are we going to owe a serious club anymore? Blah, 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 right? I mean, look, it doesn't just happen to us. It happens to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Even Liverpool makes low bid as well. Even United makes low bid as well, yeah? The bottom line is, right, if you want a player, okay, cool, then just pay them, what they want. But it's called brinkmanship. It's called having a meet halfway, etc. Do you know what I mean? Help people out. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, I mean, people are panicking. I know, don't get me wrong, I think I'd like to get players in before the start of the season. But I understand now that ain't going to happen because the transfer window don't shut until August the 30th. That's my birthday, by the way. However, right, we as fan base, I mean, I'll come to terms that we need to be patient. Don't stress. Don't panic, right? There's still time. Let it take its course, yeah? But the trouble with our fan base, especially young fans, they expect things to be done straight away. It does not work like that, unfortunately, yeah? It doesn't work like that. I mean, I know the lad wants to come to Newcastle. We know that, yeah? The personal terms ain't going to be a bother for Mark. But at the end of the day, right, it's just about offer the right money. I think Palace will accept this one. I really do. Because we offer, 55 mil plus 5 add-on, 60 mil. And I think that should be enough because I tell you one thing now, Palace needs to be careful here. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Yeah? He'll be on a fee in the summer. So they need to take this money because they want to buy Trevor Chalobah for Chelsea as well for around 25 million quid. So they want to get a done deal quickly as well, as much as we do. But I think fans need to calm down, let it play its course, right? If we don't get a target after the 30th, if the window slams shut and we don't sort something out, right, then do what you have to do. But at the minute, please, chill out, don't stress, let Paul Mitchell does his magic, and I'm sure the players that we need is going to come for the door. Just cool.
He's got 2 years left on his deal, so 2026 it runs.
Oh, he's got 2 years left on his deal. Well, I feel I'll tell you what, Palace could have asked for a lot more than if that's the case. Because what I think they'd rather do, they'd rather sell Joachim Anderson to Fulham for 20 mil and then just keep Gay. But look, Gay wants to come to Newcastle. You know what I mean? And I will say something else as well while you're here, all right,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not going to say this now, right? I've seen pundits, right, saying that Newcastle United are a sideways move, backwards move. Yeah, try to say that to Isak.
Not
Bruno
jealous,
Guimaraes,
John. Not jealous.
that. Bruno Guimaraes, Anthony Gordon, Sven Botman, yeah, Nick Pope, right? Even Kieran Trippier to a degree, right? And you're telling me that Newcastle is sideways step, but we must win a trophy. We have
Thing
to
is,
win
John,
ASAP.
his head could be turned now, Guy, because he probably wants the Newcastle move now. And look, I was talking to a guy at work. He's a Norwich fan.
Yeah.
And talking about people having their heads turned.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Jonathan Rowe who plays for Norwich. I think he's a striker. He said to me, did he hear about the story of him over the weekend? I said, no, I don't know why, what's happened. And he said, well, apparently Marseille, because De Zerbi's the manager there now, Marseille want to buy Jonathan Rowe from Norwich City.
Mm.
And apparently at 10 o'clock, so 2.5 hours before they were due to play, he turned around to Daniel Farker of Norwich and said, by the way, I'm not playing today because I want to move to Marseille. My head's been turned now.
Daniel Farker's at Leeds, not Norwich.
Oh, sorry, not Farker. Yeah, their new manager, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he turned around to the new manager and said, look, I don't know why I even brought Farker into the conversation. Yeah, because of, you know. But anyway, yeah, so I think it's because we were talking about Leeds earlier on there. Trevor was. But yeah, anyway, he turned around to the manager 2.5 hours before the game. I'm not playing because my head's been turned. I want to go to Marseille.
Wow. I tell you what, though. Once the player comes out and tell you, say that, you're done.
Yeah.
Don't play him. Don't play him again. Do not play him again.
It's just unbelievable that a player like that has just decided to do that. And it's just, you know, I'm glad we ain't got players like that at Newcastle who do that, you know.
Totally. If anyone says that to our club, right, come and say that to Eddie Howe, get them out. Kick them out. Sorry, but kick them out. You know what I mean? We don't want players like that. We don't.
I mean, he's only got a year. This Jonathan Rowe's only 21. He's got a year left on his deal. He scored 12 goals last season and 2 assists in 32 games. So I can see why probably De Zerbi wants him in France, you know. But it's not the sort of thing you say to your manager, though. Sorry, I'm not playing today because I want to move to Marseille. You know, you don't do that, do you? You know, you go out and give your all for the club and keep your head down, don't you? But some players, though, that's what happens, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Alan says, if the Gay deal happens and we have a top defence with Botman, Tino and Hall, defo improves the team. Having 4 forwards with Sanusi as well, I really hope it goes through. Do you know what, Alan? I'm actually quite confident about this deal going through. It depends on what Steve Parish is doing, of course. I know he's a bit of an awkward bugger. But look, I've got a feeling this will go through. And I think this will go through quickly. I think we'll have this wrapped up well before the deadline on Friday afternoon. Because I believe it's 12 o'clock, normally lunchtime Friday. If you're playing on the Saturday, you've got to get the deals done. Where if it's for a Sunday, you've got till 5 o'clock Friday. I think to be honest with you, I think it'll be done well and truly before then. I wouldn't be surprised if already a fee's been agreed behind closed doors that nobody knows about. Who's to see doesn't come up tomorrow and has a medical and gets... Nobody knows, that's a thing. But look, I'm confident this one will go through. And I'll tell you what, I think it's a statement signing if he does sign for us. And I don't care what these pundits say. They can say it's a sideways step. I don't care. Palace fans can say the same. It's a sideways step. No, it's not a sideways step. It's an improvement because he wants to get better. And the thing is, and I'm not dissing Palace by any chance, but is he going to win trophies with Palace? Yes, okay, you may win a cup. You may do, but it's not guaranteed at Palace. It's not guaranteed at Newcastle that we're going to win a trophy, you know. Ask Alan Shearer that. But look, the thing is, he wants to better his game. and he wants to play with a team that can get into Europe. And we can get into Europe. We could have been in Europe last year. It was just a freak of a season where Man U won the FA Cup and stopped us getting into Europe. That's the only difference. But look, the lad's got ambition, and I'm sure he's come to us. He's probably not come to us just for a payday or just for us to just sit around mid-table or just try and get in the odd European place. He's here to win, and he wants to come to win things. And like Bruno does, like any player does, they want to win things. Because a player's career is very short, can become very short. All it takes is one injury, boom, that could be their career over and done with in a flash. So that's why they always say a footballer's career can be very, very short. But I think it will be a top signing if he comes in. BS says, if you pay over the odds once everyone sees it, you'll be paying for every future transfer from on there on. Absolutely. That's why you've got to barter. Don't see the point of a meltdown, says Predator, like it's coming out of any pockets. If the club want to pay that or let their meltdown pointless, they know what they're doing, let them get on with it. Absolutely. It's called business, isn't it, Predator? That's what it is. Splat says, I try not to pay the full price. I love a bit of barter. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. You never pay it's like when you go abroad and you go to the markets and they're selling stuff, you always try and knock them down. You don't pay the asking price. Selling clubs often delay to see if there's other interest. He has 2 years left. Unless he signs a new deal, Palace surely won't be offered that much again. As far as I know, I don't think he's signed a new deal, is he?
No.
Need to get David Dickinson to team up with Mitchell Hale-Bart or the shit out of everyone. Yeah, with his fake tan.
Good.
Ian says Celtic have agreed a $9.5 million fee for Adam Eder. Should be a good signing. Yeah, he done well on loan last season at Celtic, didn't he? So yeah, not bad at all.
Fantastic. He's a fantastic striker for Celtic, and 9.5 million. I tell you what, if that goes through, I'll be over the moon. I think Celtic win the title again. I really do.
Splat says, I heard there's 2 medicals booked for tomorrow. Interesting. Mark Heiss, mate, he says, who cares what they say about Newcastle? Absolutely, mate. Let us do the talking. Alan says, Sharon Byrne as well as great cover. Do you know what? Absolutely. Because the thing is, Cher's getting older. And look, we need a replacement for Cher. And Guy will be the perfect replacement. Lawrence says, Luton have got one back in tonight's championship game. All right, okay then. So they must be losing that game. So I forgot they were playing tonight, aren't they? Luton Town. Right. Okay. So now another player that is coming to mind a lot now. Again, and this is still on the radar at the moment, and that's Noni Madueke of Chelsea. Now there is talks that we are doing a loan with an option to buy. Now, apparently, Madueke's actually said he doesn't want to leave Chelsea. He wants to stay there and fight for his place. Chelsea have just signed cheese strings. Pedro Neto. But yeah, we know he's got cheese strings for hamstrings. Even Henry Winters, a bit bemused by Chelsea signing Pedro Neto. They said they don't need him. I look at Chelsea and think, right, with all these players that you're bringing in, now you're looking at Osimhen as well. Or even João Felix again. You can only pick a 25-man squad. There is going to be a lot of players at Chelsea not playing football next season because they're not going to make that 25-man squad, and they're going to be sitting there wasting away. Now, Madueke, yes, I mean, I've heard a lot of fans saying, oh, he has attitude issues. Yeah, but that can be ironed out. He's only young still. Madueke, on loan, with an option to buy at the end of the season. Do you know what? I'll take that all day long. I will absolutely take that all day long. I think he's a decent right winger. He's definitely an upgrade on Miguel Almiron, let's be honest, and we will be talking about him soon. And he will certainly help strengthen that right wing department. John, give me your thoughts on the Madueke loan with an option to buy. Would you be happy with that?
It's gone to the point now, Tony would just say, just get any right winger now sort of thing. Yeah, if he's available, then I'll go and get him because I think I'll give him a chance. I'll give him a punt on him, But he's a good winger, by the way. He's left-footed and he can dribble as well. And loves taking on players as well. He's quite skillful as well. And he's done well at PSV Eindhoven as well before joining Chelsea. But at the end of the day, I think it could be an asset. I mean, it's a loan move, it's a loan risk. And the thing is, though, you just mentioned about Chelsea bought Neto as well, 25-man squad. It'd be interesting to see who gets in 25. That's got to be announced this week anyway. And if he's not in there, then we know that this guy needs to go out on loan or something like that. But attitude-wise, I mean, I'm sure Eddie Howe can knock it out of him. I hope he does. But at the same time, I just think it's going to be very interesting to see how he does. But I take a punt on him. I think he do okay. And I hope that he comes in and does the biz and stop. He's got to show that he wants to be interested to play for Newcastle.
Yeah. Pablo says Todd Bowley thinks he's playing FIFA Ultimate Team. That guy's just scatty. He really is a scatty owner. And I don't know how Chelsea can keep signing these players. All these hotels are selling to themselves. I would take Madueke, says Ian. Lawrence says Neto would have been a good signing, but didn't want to pay so much given his injury record. Absolutely. Hearing some noise, says Coffee. See Chelsea have another mid-table finish. Maresca failed at Parma, says Lawrence.
Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me.
I'll tell you what as well, right, with Maresca, he is a yes man at Chelsea. He's a yes man. I mean, he had an opportunity or ample opportunity to get rid of Enzo Hernandez. Yeah, Enzo Fernandez. Is it Hernandez or Fernandez? It's Fernandez, isn't it? Endo Fernandez.
Yeah, Enzo Fernandez.
He should have got rid for what he did. And when he went to River plate and they got those fans singing the same song, he had the opportunity to come and say, whoa, 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 don't sing that. Don't sing that. But he allowed to.
Alan says, do you both think Chelsea will get a point deduction? I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. They're part of the Big Six, aren't they?
Yeah. Predator, not sold on Madueke, but think we can get better. If he wants to stay and fight for his place, let him come. Let him. Only one player say want to come. I mean, yeah. But then that's just media talk. But there again, players are going to say they want to stay at that club and fight for that place. But, at the end of the day, we've just got to see what the club do. Lawrence says at least people playing FIFA Ultimate Team would take chemistry into account. Yeah, absolutely. I think the talk around Bob from City's gone quiet and he's a good player. You heard Everton could start with a point deduction, says Pablo. Yeah, I've heard that Everton could be starting with a point deduction. And yeah, I mean, Oscar Bob, look, he had a great game on Saturday by all accounts. I can't see City letting him go now that Alvarez is gone. I think Bob will take his place. Good player. I also says Pete. I do Pete very well.
Big up Pete. I think City missed a massive trick. They could have held on to Julian Alvarez. They could have done. De Bruyne could be off next season, and Alvarez could have slotted in that position very easily. But he chose to go to Atletico Madrid. And I tell you what, I think Atletico Madrid's going to have a fantastic season. I think they wanted a striker, badly need a striker. And I think this guy will be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I do as well, John. I think he'll, yeah, absolutely.
If he goes, and he has signed by over 81 mil.
Has he? Yeah, he has signed. Yes, yeah, he has. Yeah, because Joe Felix could be coming in place of Conor Gallagher going the other way, so there might be a bit of money knocked off there as well. But I'm sorry, but look, Joe Felix is a good player, but he didn't set the world alight the last time he was in the Premier League, and he's not really done a lot since. So I'm not sure about him. I wouldn't want him at Newcastle United, let's be honest.
No, I don't either.
Now, another report we saw over the weekend was apparently we placed a £30 million bid for Ferran Torres from Barcelona after not going for Rafinha because his wages are far too high. But we placed a £30 million bid for this guy, Ferran Torres, and it was knocked back by Barcelona. Again, another guy who can play on the right wing. John, would you have took Ferran Torres?
Yeah, 100%. I think he's a quality player. Always has been a quality player. Didn't get enough games at Man City, but he is a really good player. He scored, I think he scored twice against us as well, St. James's. I think he did. We lost by 4-3, which game I thought we should have won. But the bottom line is, I think he'd be a good player. I mean, look, I tell you what else I was saying. I mean, I take Rafinha as well, but if he is going to leave Barca, he'd probably go off to Saudi. But for me, I think Van Torres is still young. I still think he's a good player, left-footed, skillful, and he fit in at Newcastle.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely, John. Coffee says, I have a feeling Chelsea will be one of the clubs who will sign Minty from Brighton in the coming windows. I wouldn't be surprised if he has, especially has a good time. Yeah, good season. Alvarez has fallen through. It hasn't been he's actually signed for Atletico Madrid, mate. It's got signed, sealed, and delivered. Pete says, I heard Zuma failed his medical in Saudi. Oh, God.
Is that Zuma for West Ham?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Don't see Torres coming, if I remember correctly, left Man City because he was homesick. Would be a good signing, though. Yeah, he would be, absolutely. Again, it's just paper talk, but again, the thing is, if, you know, it just shows you we've got money to spend. Because if we're willing to spend big on Guy and we've already gone out and asked for Torres for 30 million, there's money there. There's money there that fans don't know about. And all these fans in meltdown, we won't have a lot of money due to PSR. Well, I tell you what, you know, they're saying the 55 million could be up front as well. So that's paying the whole 55 million out in one go. So look, there must be money there because we wouldn't be doing that if there wasn't. Mick says, he scored a hat-trick against us. Yes, he did.
He did.
That was in the last game at St. James where fans couldn't attend. Also scored when they beat us 2-0 at the Etihad on the Boxing Day as well, says Lawrence. He's a good player. Right, so Torres. Now, I did see one little link today, and can't remember where I saw it now, but it did come up, and I did read about it. But I think Arsenal's in for him as well, or they've looked at him anyway. But whether it would be a good, well, I think it would be. Let's put it this way: if he wants to come in, this player, before I put him on screen, I'm not going to mention his name yet. If this player was to come in, this would be massive for me on the right wing. He can play right wing and he can play left wing, and he's right-footed, so he can play on either wing, which is great. Versatility is there straight away, and I think this player would be absolutely fantastic for us. He's 28 years of age, yes. Now, there is a possibility he can leave on a loan deal with an option to buy next season. Now, I would be all for that. And this is why I've seen this. I've seen this report this morning at about 7 o'clock this morning now. Whether there's a chance of this player coming or not, I don't know. It may just be a rumour out there, and that's all we are. We are not in the nose, by the way. We just go on the rumours that are put out there in the media, and we have a look at the strengths and weaknesses. And that's exactly what we're going to do with this player. And when I put this player on screen, he's an elite player, by the way, and I mean elite player. And it's perked John up there straight away because John's sort of thinking, who is it? Who is it? I'm dying to know. Right, without further ado, let's get him on screen. And he's French, plays for Bayern Munich. His name is Kingsley Coman. Now, I tell you what, if we are looking at him on a loan deal with an option to buy, I would say absolutely yes, get him right now because he is one hell of a player. What about you, John?
If it was for his injury record, Tony, then 100%. But he's carrying a lot of injuries here. I mean, Bayern Munich do not tend to get rid of players if they feel that the players are not good enough.
Yeah, but remember that Elise, John, as well. So maybe they're looking at... Maybe that's why he's moving on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old is he? 28 now, is he?
28, John, yeah. I'm going to have a look at his injury history, actually, John, and I'll see what it's like. But what I
He
can
plays for
tell you
Juventus
is,
as well. He was after him before, but he chose to go to Juventus, yeah. And then he
yeah,
decided to
yeah, he
then
did.
moved on for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but why would you want to come play when we were so bad under our former owner?
100%.
High pressing, passing, and long balls are his strengths. So look, the pressing game, the intensity game, he would be right up. That would be right up his street. He started 15 of 17 games last season, got 3 goals and 3 assists. But look, we don't know why that was. Was there a lot of injuries? But I'm going to tell you that now. We're going to have a look. I mean, April the 14th till June the 1st, he missed 48 days with an abductor injury. He had muscular problems, which he missed 1 game for 4 days. He had 50 days out with a knee medial ligament tear. That was in January to March. He had a knock which kept him out for 5 days. He's had muscular problems, coronavirus, torn muscle fibre, so a lot of muscle injuries there. Maybe that's why Bayern might want to move him on as well. I mean, he missed 50 days from the 28th of January to the 18th of March, and he missed 9 games during that period when he had the knee medial ligament tear. I mean, look, if it was a loan option, I would be happy with that. If there was a loan with the option to buy, but you didn't have to actually buy him, then yeah, maybe I may be on board with that. But he's still a quality player at the end of the day, John.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, maybe he might want a new challenge. Do you know what I mean? But he comes here, he plays on the right side. He is levels above Miguel Miron, as you all know. And what I like about him, he's quite skillful. He can assist, he can press, he can score goals as well. And you know what? I think he would not be a bad acquisition at all, even on loan. But if he keeps away from injuries, then this guy's still a special player. He's only 28, just turned 28 in June. I think that, like I said, a new environment, a new challenge, then I think he'll be up for it.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying Arsenal's looking at him as well, so he may go to Arsenal. But look,
yeah, that's the thing. If Arsenal comes in for you, then we got no chance, haven't we?
Well, would say that, but you never know, John. But I don't think we're going in for him. I think it's Madueke, if I'm honest. And I know some people aren't sold on Madueke, but I think the lad's got a lot of talent. But at Chelsea, just didn't get that chance.
That's the thing. And I feel for Madueke because I think he can go a long way with this guy. I really do believe that. But at the end of the day, right, I mean, he's definitely the right side of mid. And like I said earlier, just get anyone in. Just get anyone in.
Yeah. Chelsea are just a scatty team who just go out and buy anybody, don't they?
Exactly.
I mean, Mick says too old and injured all the time. Not for me. Coffee says, I'm surprised Chelsea aren't looking at him. Well, you never know after this, Coffee. They may well be. Who knows? With Chelsea, you just don't know who they're looking at, do you? You know? Seems to be every time we look at a player, they're always there and thereabouts looking at this. So, yeah. Again, we'll just have to wait and see on that one, see who... But look, if the rumours are true that we've got 2 medicals booked tomorrow, then who knows? Who knows? But you know what? Wait until that player's holding the black and white scarf above the head with that shirt on.
100%.
And it's confirmed by the club. But as I say, they're all rumours until they are confirmed by the club. Now, I've got a couple of starred questions here. Pablo says, any news on the GOAT? Share, Tony. I've not heard anything more on his injury because he did go off on Saturday. But look, if he is injured, but Guy comes in, that sweetens the blow. That sweetens the blow a little bit, and it just helps us out a little bit more. But if we don't get Guy in and he's injured, then you're sort of slightly worried.
Yeah.
But again, we will just have to wait and see what happens on that one. And Peter says, McCardley says, do you think we would have gone for Guy if he did not have a good Euros?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That is a bloody good question. Do you know what? That's a hard question to answer. But who knows? Do you know what? I think maybe he's been on our radar for a while. and maybe more so since Paul Mitchell's come in. But even if he didn't have the greatest of Euros, you couldn't really put it on him because it wouldn't have been his fault. So I wouldn't have said. I think just because he's had a good Euros, that's maybe just bumped the price up a little bit more. But you know what? Good question. What about you, John? What do you think of that question?
That's a hell of a question. But he's also been a good player, Gibby. He's one of the better players at Palace. You know what I mean? Very good defender, highly rated. He's from the Ivory Coast. Well, Ivory Coast born, but he's a Londoner. At the end of the day, he's a Croydon lad.
Yeah.
And look, I still think that he's still be quality. I still would be good enough to play for Newcastle United if he's linked. I still be after him because this player can improve.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I agree.
Good question.
So we're gonna look at a couple of maybe outgoings now because we're going to talk about these ones. Because right, so the first one I want to talk about now. This is a surprise. I saw this on a report today, this evening when I was home, and apparently he's been spotted at the airport. Not Newcastle Airport, by the way. It's been spotted at Southampton Airport. And there he is. It is Ryan Fraser. Apparently, it's to go and agree personal terms with Southampton. Now, we don't know how true this is. I think it was Newcastle World I maybe saw it. I'm not sure now. But look, if he has been spotted at Southampton Airport and he is looking to sign for them, thank you and good riddance because we can get him off the books, get his wages off the books. I don't care. Even if we only have to take £1 million or 2 million off Southampton, just get rid of him, get him off the books, you know. What do you think about that, John? Do you know a bit more about that or have you heard anything? But I just saw it, like I say, I just saw it. But if that is the case, then good riddance to bad rubbish.
Exactly, 110%. I mean, look, we need this guy gone. I mean, since the moment Eddie come through the door, I'm not going to lie, but look, he's on 63k a week, right? He's trying to finish the club for an extra year's wage. I mean, yeah, something like, is it 4 million a season he's on now? 4 million a season, pretty close to that. Or tell a lie, I say about between 3 and 4 million a season, yeah. But for me, I mean, he needs to be playing football now. Do you know what I mean? There's no future for him at Newcastle United. Absolutely zero, zilch, nada. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
get him out. Okay, get him out, man. And he needs to be playing football now. And if you think he's gonna get in the team again, he's got another thing coming. Eddie will never pick him again. But
no,
if we get rid of him, right, and add that money towards our right side of mid, that'd be so helpful, man. But
yeah,
if that's true about Southampton,
John,
well,
it's by Jordan Cronin. So big up to Jordan, by the way. He says Newcastle United winger Ryan Fraser was spotted in Southampton over the weekend amid hopes of him rejoining the newly promoted Premier League club. 30-year-old spent last season on loan, making 44 appearances, scoring 8 goals as the South Coast won via the Championship playoff final. He then goes on to saying, obviously made surplus to requirements, but he was pictured in the vicinity on Sunday when a fan, Mitchell Rankin, uploaded a selfie with Fraser to Twitter from the departure lounge at Southampton Airport. Wasn't expecting to bump into wee man Ryan Fraser at Southampton Airport. Bring him home, says Rankin. He says, I must stress this wasn't the departures for the plane back to Newcastle, which I'm assuming he was on. He said to my dad when he saw him that he loved it here last season and it's here or nowhere. So make of that what you will. So I'm praying he's on the South Coast. So by the sounds of things, Ryan Fraser only wants to move to Southampton. Get it done. Get it done as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what, John? I couldn't care if the club get rid of him on a free. Let him go on a free and let Southampton take his wages over. Just do that. That way, Southampton don't have to pay a fee because they're paying his wages. I don't care. Just get him off our books. Obviously, you'd like a fee for him. But at the end of the day, just get rid. Get rid.
Yeah, get rid. let's move on to the next level. Yeah, we don't want players like him to put us back. Do you know what I mean? Just get rid. Burnley forward up, by the way. Just get rid of him, right? I mean, he's got no future here. The thing is, right, we need to get rid of the Deadwood, Tony. He's one of them. So is Miggy. Yeah, I'm sorry, Miggy. I'm not going to have a go at him, but he has to go to a new club. Yeah, so other players we mentioned there loads of times, man. Just get rid. Well, if he was at the Southampton airport today, then the rumours are rife. But Newcastle ain't going to tell you anything. I'm sure Southampton ain't going to tell you now. Yeah, it's still going to be for them. It's going to be rumours. But hey,
then if a Southampton fan saw him and had a selfie with him, John, who knows?
Exactly. Do you know what it is, right? I mean, if the deal's there to be done, get it done. Get it done. Get him out of the way. Because we haven't got long now before the window slams shut. Yeah? Get him away. I don't know how much it's going to be worth. Even if it's on the free buy, get rid on the free. Just get off the wage bill. That's it.
What do you think about the links to Nikita Paris? Yes, we spoke about that earlier, Coffee. I think it'd be a terrific signing for Newcastle ladies if she comes in. That's a massive coup, in my opinion. Bia says, yes, we profile players for a long time, we do. Almiron possibly going to his kitchen. Yeah, we're going to talk about him in a moment. Fraser will be odds on to score against us on Saturday. It always do you know what, Alan? It does. It always happens every time we get rid of a player. You know, I mean, look at Chris Wood. Now scored a hat trick in the Premier League. Who did he score a hat trick against? Oh yeah, hang on a minute. He fascinated. You know, it's every bloody time we have a player that's gone, and you know, what's to say Elliot Anderson doesn't come back and score against us? I mean, I read a report in the Nottingham. It came up. It must have just come up because obviously being Newcastle and Elliot Anderson, it obviously comes up. That Forest fans have been waxing lyrical about Anderson. They're saying it's a brilliant signing. They said Elliot Anderson not in the Forest team. The Forest team looks a shambles without a minute. So make of that what you will. But they're obviously highly rating him. And I tell you what, if he does well for Forest, maybe it's a player we've let go, but, you know, we had to because of PSL. You know, here's what it is.
The thing is, right, I mean, we got rid of Elliot and Minty as well. Minty scored a hat-trick. He's been scoring goals in the 3 season friendlies, yeah? But the players you need to get rid of are still here. They're still here. That's the thing. We can't move on. I would have loved to get Minty on. I would have loved to get Elliot Anderson on as well. But unfortunately, they had to go. But then you've got people like Miggy still there at the club. Yeah. I don't want to have a go at him, but I think he needs to be aware. But why is he still there? Why is Sean still there? Why is Fraser still there? Jamal Lewis, right? Why? I mean, it's because they own too much money. Is it because they don't want to do business with us anymore? Even championship clubs can't afford, don't want to go for them. Isaac Hayden. Yeah. We can't move on, Tony, until they go away. That's it.
Yeah, John. I mean, it's just, you know, there's too much. The problem is, John, why don't we start doing as a club? We need to start doing what other teams do. And that is like the City, when they go to South America and they bring Alvarez in for 17 million quid. Now they've sold him off for 81 million. You know, they've made a massive profit on him, £64 million profit, you know. This is what we should be doing, you know. But I don't get why we're not doing it, you know. I really don't.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? I was looking at the rumours now, right, from NUFC feed, right? I don't know how good they are, but Chelsea wants a swap deal with Isak with Madueke. And let me tell you something now, right? Isak's going nowhere. He ain't going anywhere at all. Isak with Nicholas Jackson and Noni Madueke making way. Sorry, no thank you. No thank you very much. It ain't going to happen, Tony. It's not going to happen because we, as a club, we want to win things. And to win things, we have to keep on to the best players that we've got here.
Yeah. I've got Pablo here. He says, right, the club shop has had a howler. You can pick Gee number 3 on a top. Are they telling us something? He sent me the pick. Now I'll bring the pick up. I've just tried to go into the club shop and I won't let you on there now because it's on about tomorrow's release for the new week. Now I can't get on the club shop at all. I clicked on the shirt for shop now for the new away top, like the third kit, and all it keeps coming up now is the screen with the new arriving tomorrow on the 13th. So maybe the club's pulled it off the site. Maybe. But anyway, I'm going to put this on screen, let everybody else see it and see what you all make of this as well. So here we go. There we go. So whoever put the post on says, been brought to my attention that when you go onto the club shop, GE3 is now one of the options to select when you want to add a player's name to the shirt. Someone has had a howler here. Quite clearly see it there, GE. Number 3. What do you think of that, John?
Yeah, a bit of a howler there, Tony. Do you know what I mean? Like Pablo said as well. It's the thing is, right, that these people in the know thinks they must know something or must have seen something. But for me, we're not saying that until it's actually done. But strange, man. Absolutely strange. Why do this?
Why would the club put that on there, though, John? That's the thing.
I don't get it. I mean, they must know something that we don't know. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't come, it'd be an absolute embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Man, why do it?
As I say, you can't get onto the club shop now. That's a surprise. That is a surprise. All it comes up with is a picture of a train, Adidas Newcastle logo, and it says 13th of the 8th, 2024.
I'm looking forward to the news clips anyway. I look forward to the new clips.
I think they've took that down because they've realised what they've done.
They messed up.
Mick says, I think we'll have to pay Southampton to take him. I think so, Mick, as well. It's 4-1 to Burnley now. Wow. Scott Parker, you see, good manager. I would pay for Ryan Fraser's flight to Southampton, says Splat. Yeah. Minty to score a hat-trick against us, says Coffee. Please don't say that. John hates Miggy just because he scored against Man U in the Cup. Joel Bland suggesting that Hayden and Ashby have been approached for loans. Ashby, I mean, if we did sell Trippier, I would keep Ashby because I didn't think he looked too bad when he came on at the weekend. He looked okay, Ashby.
He did show a few things that he can do here, Newcastle, but I think he'd be having another loan, unfortunately. But if he does have those many injuries, then we've got a good player on our hands. Do you know what I mean? We are loaded right backs. I mean, Trippier, Tino, Kraft, if he plays there, yeah. And now, Ashby. Do you know what I mean? But again, what I could say is that I think he needs another loan and then see how he does. But he needs to perform. He needs to up his game.
Coffee says Chelsea can swap Almiron for Palmer.
I said that all day long.
Yeah, I'm all in for Madueke. I think he should always have a player who has a headband. I won't jog about this Miggy slander, says Foxy. Website's down for maintenance. Yeah, exactly that. Tripod lad, Girth Master, says K. I think our player departures, both loans and sales, will be mainly on deadline day, yeah. The club shop pick is a fake, just a Photoshop, says Phil. Right, okay then. Maybe it is.
Go back to Foxy's comment there. Big on to Foxy, by the way. I met him on Saturday. I tell you what, this guy is very, very articulate. Articulate guy, speaks sense, right? But I have to tell him that I'm not having to go on Miggy. Look, I like Miggy, don't get us wrong, but for me, he needs to. I mean, even Adam Pearson said as well today. I think he needs to move on to a new club. That is the thing. If he plays black or white, I will support him. He's got to perform. That's the thing, and that's what he's got to do. But apparently, I mean, you've got to come on to Miggy now because I got the latest news on him, by the way, and I've been Foxy big piece as well.
Well, we'll come on to him, John. In a moment. But yeah, I mean, like I say, yeah, Foxy's very good with his South American football. He's very knowledgeable on that as well. I mean, I wonder what
He's like
he thinks of. I wonder what he thinks of the Alvarez transfer, because that is massive, really, when you think about it. It really is massive. Right, okay, so here he is. There's Miguel Almiron on screen there, and that was scoring against Rangers last season in the pre-season friendly at Ibrox. There is reports going around, and Fabrizio Romano has put it out there, stating that Charlotte FC from the MLS are interested and are in London for talks on a possible transfer of Miguel Almiron. Bearing in mind the MLS transfer window shuts in 2 days' time, so that shuts on Wednesday. So they've got 48 hours to get this over the line. The only thing is they don't pay big fees in America, so what are they going to actually pay for Almiron? Are we looking just to sell him off, just to get him off the books, sell him on the cheap? If we are talking to FC Charlotte as well with a possible transfer, then does that mean we have got another right winger lined up ready to come into the club? Which is again, because you don't just get rid of one right winger and not have somebody ready to replace him. So maybe we have replacements there, John. What's your take on that? The FC Charlotte one. Fabrizio Romano saying they're in London now for talks over the possible transfer of Miggy Almiron.
Right. Look, I see the tweet. I mean, Magpie Media sends a DM to say that. He said, wow. He said that he's been linked with Charlotte. Yeah. But according to the Chronicle tonight, Newcastle's turned down Charlotte's open offer, $8 million for Miggy, insisting, and this is according to, let's have a look, to Lee Ryder, who I've met, and I can qualify Lee Ryder, top lad, top guy. And obviously, he said that he's still deemed as an important first team player. And United will not offload Miguel on the cheap to create a squad place. And the Chronicle has been told by sources to close to the deal. Any agreement must make sense for all parties. MLS club has less than 48 hours to get a deal done for Miggy with the US deadline imminent. That means they got 48 hours to get the guy and the window slam shut. But $8 million is not enough to price Miggy away from Newcastle.
Yeah, because they don't pay big fees in America. That's the thing. So
he's got 2 years left on his contract as well. 2 years left on his contract. And the thing for me is it looks like he's going to be here for another season. And
do you reckon he will, John?
If he doesn't leave, if he doesn't go, for me, I think his how do I put it? I think he's I think he'll be here for another season. Yeah. But if he's here for another season, we've got to back this guy. We have to back this guy. Simple as that. And in black and white. But I've seen comments tonight on social media that people are piling on to Miggy. And yes, we all know he's got to move on, but the comments tonight is absolutely shocking. We don't abuse player. We say how it is, right? But the abuse he's getting is absolutely wrong. Yeah? We don't ever abuse players. We don't effing and blind, you know what I mean? Or make death threats or whatever it may be. Yeah, I'm not saying there have been, but it hasn't been great. And
yeah.
The one thing I'm going to say as well, right, and I've seen just a quick one on Twitter trying to get me on the group chat. Let me just be clear, right? All you lot are trolls, right? I've blocked a few people on my side at least, yeah? So put respect on my name. We want to talk about football, cool. Talk about football, but please don't troll us, okay? Thank you.
Absolutely, John. Well said, mate. Well
and
said.
I'll tell you what as well. I mean, again, I've been to the Stack on Saturday, and the people I met have been absolutely fantastic. And I have people saying, ignore the haters, just do what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm
Exactly, John. Exactly. Keep doing what you're doing. Evening, lads, says Pete WW. Good evening to
Yeah,
you, mate.
Pete.
Hope you're well. Lawrence, I think Charlotte's transfer rate was 8 million. They'll have to smash that to sign him, I think. Though I do think he'd prefer a move there than Saudi. Yeah, I think he'd go back to the MLS. It all depends. It all depends. Sweet Paraguayan Princess Beer. Please take Miggy, says Julie. I like Miggy, says Splat, but he has served his purpose for the club. We have been offered 8.5 million for him. The Paraguayan Flyer, says Mick. Foxy says, spoke to Darren Eales today outside the stadium. He said if they don't plan on selling Miggy, only if it's an offer that's impossible to refuse. Interesting. But there again, I don't think he's going to give a lot away, to be honest, Foxy.
Nah.
John, I heard Shola was buzzing when he met you in Japan, says Mick.
He was actually. I mean, look. I mean, not just I saw him, right? But I've also seen him again a bit as well. So the last one to get a photo take as well. The last one in the queue. So Shola is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And here we go again. There's a couple of trolls coming on my chat as well, which are going to get blocked. Simple as that. You can make up 50 accounts if you want, but you're getting blocked. But you're right. But Shola, what a guy. And do check it out. Do put a like on as well. If you do my shorts as well, put a like on. Lovely, lovely guy. And not just I met him as well. I mean, I met Lee Ryder, George Colkin. Great guys.
Splat says Newcastle won 15-20 from Miggy. Joseph says, you've seen these lads in the group. Twitter reported them all. Thank you, Joseph. Burnley have won 4-1 as well. So, excellent. Excellent. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the transfer show now. I mean, look, it's been a great show. We've talked about quite a few players, about ins and possible outs, and possible ins and possible outs, I should have said. I mean, look, we know the reports are out there. We know there's a third bid gone in because Keith Downey's reported. We just have to wait and see what happens. Miggy thing might not... the Miggy thing might... might come to fruition, or it might not come to fruition. But who knows? At the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see what happens as well. So, John, what have you got coming up in this week on your channel?
Okay, thanks, Amazon Tony. I'll be doing a transfer show tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the same two players on my channel, and that is going to be talking about the same guys. We're going to look at others as well, Miggy as well. Peter's coming on tomorrow as well as you. So we definitely doing the transfer show tomorrow. And if there's any breaking news tomorrow, then at the piece of agreed, we're going to talk about it as well. And we're going to talk about all the NUFC news as well. So I'll be back live tomorrow for the first time in a few weeks. And
yeah,
and then the preview, which is a Southampton game. I think Peter's doing this on Thursday, so I may do it on Friday. So because I'll be traveling up on Saturday morning for the match. So, and yeah. And one thing I'm going to say about JT48, please stop trolling on Tony's channel. It's not great. It's not professional. You're our troll. So please leave us alone and just put respect on the name. Thank you. But preview probably on Friday. So
yeah,
I think he's doing the food show, isn't he? So
yeah, I think so.
I'll probably do mine's on Wednesday. Get it in early on Wednesday.
Bia says Liverpool's in for Mamardashvili.
Wow. I tell you what, though, what's going to happen to is there a backup kick? Is it Keller or
Kelleher? Is he not going? Is he off to? Is he not off to Juventus or somewhere? Is he?
I don't know, man. That's news to me. If that is the case,
I'm sure it was. Might not have been Juventus, John. I'm sure it was an Italian club that wanted him. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong, John. I'm sure somebody said the other day it was Juventus, but I may be wrong, John. I may be wrong. I don't know.
I'm not sure. That'll be the first I've heard.
Bobby Clark's off from Liverpool as well, isn't he? I mean, there was talk, should we buy him back? But
well stocked in midfield, mate. Well stocked
yeah.
in midfield.
Hi, Clarky, hope you're well. Maybe we should have gone in for him and knocked Shaka Demas in the players. I mean, yeah, Julia, I would have had Kelleher at Newcastle United, absolutely. He's a terrific keeper, I think. Very underrated.
Yeah. And it was Juventus, by the way, who wanted him.
It was, yeah.
Because Gregor moved to he went on loan from Monza. So
I was right. Well said, says Joseph NUFC. Thank you, mate. 12 million for Bobby Clark.
We should have put a price. We should have put what do you call it? A release like a buyback clause. We should have got a buyback clause.
Yeah, but
we should have got a buyback clause.
The Flat Controller didn't do stuff like that, did he?
Nah. Crazy man.
Yeah, he doesn't do stuff like that. Apparently, Liverpool have rejected another bid for in-demand youngster Bobby Clark, who's attracting interest in both loan and permanent deals ahead of a likely exit. Clark's not involved at all during Liverpool's pre-season due to a back injury, but in his absence, speculations mounted over the midfielder's future. So Liverpool have actually rejected bids for him. So maybe they don't want to sell him.
Nah, probably not. But we're just well stocked off in mid. We're so covered in midfield. That is the thing. And for me, we need to cover on the right side, a defender, and I think that'll be it. We don't really need another striker.
The club that they have rejected the bid from is Red Bull Salzburg. That's who wanted him.
Very interesting. Very interesting. It'd be a good move for him.
Julie says, bring him home. He would be ever so proud. Foxy says, no Dubravka rumours. Which keeper will be on the bench Saturday? I think it will be Vlachodimos. I don't think Dubravka will be on the bench. I don't know what's going on there. Why can't we move Dubravka on? And why can't Nick Pope have number 1 instead of sitting on number 22? I would say to Dubravka, you're no longer the number 1. Pope's getting the number 1 shirt. You're getting number 22. And if you don't like it, you know where the door is. Because that's about time. The number 1 shirt was handed to Nick Pope. I'm sorry. Dubs is the number 2, says Alan. I want Dubs gone, says Julie. Jack says, do you think we'll get Champions League, John?
I'd rather in cup first. But if you get top 4, that'll be a bonus. But we have got to win more games. We've got to win the home games. And we have not won enough of those last season.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I'm just telling apparently, there's this breaking news just coming out in the last hour from Fabrizio Romano. And it's not Newcastle related, by the way, so don't get too excited, guys. Martin Zubamendi has rejected Liverpool with formal communication to the club tonight. So, Real Sociedad efforts to keep Zubi is crucial to make it happen. He's staying with a new deal also ready soon. Zubamendi informed Richard Hughes tonight, the sporting director of Liverpool. So, Zubamendi has turned down Liverpool. Wow.
I tell you what, though, I mean, probably he's not ready to move yet. I think Real Sociedad fans will be over the moon with that. Over the moon.
Yeah. Alan says Pope is worth 15 points for me. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you, Julie.
Jack's question, do we think we'll get Champions League? Look, Jack, it depends how we go through the season. Let's see how the transfer window finishes on the 30th of August, first of all. That's the one thing I want to say. So that's the first thing. I want to see how the transfer window plans out, because there's still plenty of time to go in the transfer window. Secondly, I want to see how many injuries we pick up this season. So now we've got Bunce in charge. He might stop a lot of this going on, this injury business. and players being rushed back too quickly. So if we go through the season not getting a lot of injuries, I can see us finishing in that top 4. And if we finish that top 4, I would like us to win a trophy as well. Let's go for the League Cup. Why not? Even go for the FA Cup. Go for it all. Why not? Go for it. Go for the lot. But no, I think depending on the season, if we have a great season, we can finish in that top 4 because we got no European football. And as I say, but if I had the option of winning the League Cup, the FA Cup, either the League Cup or the FA Cup or the top 4, I would pick a trophy all day long over the top 4.
100%. 100%. Now, the thing is, though, right, Tony, we have not won a trophy since a domestic trophy in 1955, and we have not won a trophy since 69. Yeah? That's 55, yeah? And for a club our size, we need to be winning things. We got to go there. We need to be winning things. Yeah? That's the Carbo Cup and the FA Cup. One of the two, I don't mind. But if we get top 4, cool. That's a bonus. But we need to win trophies because football is all about winning trophies. Yeah? That's all about winning trophies. And the tweets I've received the other day, some of them, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Coffee says, didn't Liverpool fan count say Zubimendi agreed personal terms? Again, it's like our fans, some of our fans who think they're in the nose. Everybody's got them. It's universal, Coffee. It's universal. He says, Liverpool, the only team in Europe's top 5 leagues not to have made a signing.
Interesting.
Joseph says, do you think Madueke's good enough for the level we are at? Yeah, absolutely. He's young. He's got a lot to learn. Yeah, absolutely. Top 4, I agree, without injuries being too bad, says Alan. Coffee says Man U won 2 trophies through sheer luck. Absolutely, they did. I mean, winning that FA Cup against Man City, I had Man City as a favourites to win that all day long, and I was angry when City didn't win it. But when I look back at it, I think maybe not having European football this season might just help us. So,
yeah, I think so. We've got no excuses now. I mean, we've got to fight trophies or we've got to fight for the top 4. One of the two. There's absolutely no excuses to this season. We've got to start well. Look at what we've got. Bournemouth's going to be tricky. Spurs, we nobody beat Tottenham. Fulham and Wolves, we should be getting maximum one of those. Yeah, simple as that. Because I'll tell you now, right? I know a lot of people are saying if Eddie doesn't start well, he could be in big, big trouble. Apparently, I think he's favourite to get the sack by Paddy Power.
Yeah, I don't get that, John, because I would have had Maresca as favourite. Even Mark Goldbridge can't believe Eddie Howe's a favourite. Maybe it's the England job as well. Which actually we're glad Lee Carsley's in interim charge because that means Gordon will get more game time as well because Gordon was player of the tournament under Lee Carsley for the under-21s in the Euros. So, so I think you get more game time. So we'll just have to wait and see. Foxy says, if Eddie doesn't improve on last season, is he out? Don't think he'll have many excuses to use if we don't get close at the top 4. I think this is a massive season for Eddie Howe, and I really do. Because I think if we have a run of bad results, I think they could just say, look, thanks, Eddie, you've done the job here. Off you go. Yeah, I think so. I think this is a massive season for Eddie Howe. And talking about managers getting sacked, 1 game in the Championship and 1 manager sacked. Ryan Lowe of Preston North End has gone today after his sides lost on, I think, Friday night.
Yeah.
They say it's by mutual consent. In other words, he's been peddled, he's been pushed out the door, he's been put in the sack, and off you go. Stupid. 1 game and you sack your manager. Well, I tell you what, any Preston fans will hope that doesn't come back to bite them in the backside.
The thing is, though, right? I mean, I can see why they've done this because last season, I think the last 6 games, they lost the last 6 games without scoring a goal. And then they could have sacked him then. They could have sacked him there and then, but they chose not to. And they go and does after 1 game. I mean, I think Preston could be a mess if they don't get themselves sorted out. I mean, don't forget, they're one of the lowest spenders in the league. And they model the club right. They're not in debt. But for me, why sack after 1 game? Why did you give him that opportunity, Tony? I don't get that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, everyone's saying Rooney's going to be the first one to be sacked. He's in trouble, by the way, Rooney. Even Plymouth fans said, get Ryan Lowe back.
Might well do now. Lawrence says, if we had European football, Anderson stays out the club, trained rules, potentially meaning selling one of our better players that are getting deducted points. Yeah. Crucial season for House, says Alan, but don't see him as favourite for the sack first. No,
I don't think he will.
Lawrence says they play the Mackhams tomorrow night in the Cup as well. The Carabao Cup is Preston. Told you the FA would go for the under-21 guy, Lee Carsley, successful with Southgate. Yeah, but he's only on interim charge. He's not in full-time charge. It's only interim, Alan. So, I mean, if he does well in these Nations League games when he's in interim charge, and yeah, he might be in with a shout at getting the job. But I think the FA are still looking down the route of interviewing people as well. So it's going to take a long process. I want to make sure they get the right manager in charge. That's why. Chelsea says, what game are you looking most forward to this season? Every game, as long as we do well. I'm looking forward to the Spurs game at home because we always seem to beat them at home. And, we always seem to enjoy scoring against Spurs as well. So, especially Isaac. So I'm going to say I'm looking forward to the Spurs game. But no, I'll tell you the one game that I am actually looking forward to. And that's the home and away clash as well. And that's Ipswich Town, because the Sir Bobby Robson Derby, as we call it now, as we've labelled it now, the Sir Bobby Robson Derby. We have a great rapport with Ipswich because of Bobby. So I'm going to say Ipswich home and away, John.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good shout. I mean, I'll put that one on the list as well. The game we're most looking forward to, any of the big 6, really. Do you know what I mean? And I think we'd love to beat Man United again, home and away.
Yeah,
that'd be home. That'd be brilliant. The atmosphere is always fantastic when we do play United home. Liverpool will be good. It's about time we beat Liverpool. About time we beat them. And just anyone at home, to be fair. But if you give us one match we want to play, is against Man United.
Yes.
Every time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, John. Absolutely.
Every time.
Pablo says Steve Bruce for Preston. Same way they appointed Southgate. Causey did better with the under-21s than Southgate. Remember the Joe Geordie's rants during the embarrassing under-21 Euros campaign in 2015. Foxy says teams should be looking at Solano as the manager as soon as he performs miracles for Blythe.
Do you think he will, though, Tony? I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know the pre-season. I mean, I don't know how the pre-season went.
Who for
Blythe?
They played on Saturday and lost, I think. They drew on Saturday. They drew.
I know they got hammered by one of them. I can't remember who it was now. I think Foxy told us. I can't remember who it was. I know they got absolutely trounced. Was it by Gateshead?
Yes. Coffee says, I remember Tony did a vlog of Ipswich Stadium, a live vlog. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Janali available for the Spuds and the bench, says Alan.
On the bench. Absolutely. It'd be on the bench, if anything. It'd be great to see him back. If you go 3-0 up against Tottenham, get Sandro on.
Man U at home for me is the weekend before my birthday as well. Also would love to send everything down on the final day and end Arsenal's title hopes the weekend before. Yeah, let's end Arsenal's title hopes with another controversial goal that would just send their fans into total and utter meltdown like they did the last time. when they said that goal should never have stood. And do you know what? When we play them in the home game, the fans are going to go to that meltdown again. And I bet the likes of that Robbie of AFTV will be another one that will go into a pure meltdown because they're as salty as anything, that lot. They really are.
Agree.
Stacey says, hello, John, my friend.
Hiya.
So, guys, as I say, we will come to the end of the show. So, anyway, what I've got coming up this week is I've got a few shows coming up this week, so do stay tuned for them. Possibly Wednesday, I'm going to have a Premier League prediction show, so I'm going to see if I can get a couple of fans on as well. Maybe John as well, hopefully. But we're going to do predictions, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at the prediction of next season. So we'll see who we'll think will finish in the bottom three, who will finish in the top 7 in the European places. So we'll do that, and a little bit of fun. Who could be the top scorer next season, the Golden Boot winner? Predict who's going to win the FA Cup, the League Cup. So, there's all that. Probably Thursday, I think. I'm not sure at the moment. I may do a preview for the Southampton game, or maybe Friday. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided yet. But there'll be a preview. Saturday, Premier League is back. And guess what else is back? The pre-match show's back, guys. Yes. So on Saturday at 1:30, make sure you join me for the pre-match, and I will bring you the team lineups, because I believe they now come out an hour and a quarter before the match and not an hour before now. So they've changed it to 75 minutes now, apparently. So at around 1:45, we should have the team news of both sides, and we'll look ahead to the Southampton game. And people again will get their predictions in on the pre-match, and the pre-match has always been a good show as well. So hopefully, anyway, you're not going to the games, or even if you're going to the game, get on the chat and comment, what you think the game and what you think the score's going to be as well. Foxy says, yeah, Gateshead beat Blythe and Hebburn by 7 pre-season, and the two are playing each other tomorrow. Wow. Gateshead are flying. They won 5-1 on Saturday. They're top of the league at the minute, aren't they? Top of the National League. So,
tell you what, though, I hope Gateshead does it this season under Rob Elliott. I hope they do it. I really do hope they do it, because look what happened last season when they couldn't get into the playoffs, man. They couldn't.
All because of Gateshead Council.
Yeah.
And then when they won the FA Trophy, Gateshead Council had the cheek to put up, congratulations to Gateshead winning the FA Trophy. And then Gateshead Council got bombarded by a load of Newcastle fans going on this, giving Gateshead Council a lot of stick, and some of the messages weren't very nice either, but they were saying, two-faced council, how can you even put that up for what you've done to Gateshead? And to think a lot of Toon fans went on there having the right go Gateshead Council, they must be embarrassed over this.
100%. You just don't do that. You know what I mean? And I think they took that post down as well. I think I could be wrong, but I think they must have took it down. But it's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing for them.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed the show tonight, then please don't forget to smash the like if you haven't done so already. It is streaming on both channels, so if you want to smash the likes on both channels, that'd be fantastic. Also, if you're brand new at the channel, it's all Black and White TV, do hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so. Come and join this great community and hit the bell notification. That will tell you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows as well, so that will keep you up to speed with everything going on. If likewise tomorrow we get any news, I may break a short out. If, say, Gee signs, I'll probably bring out a little short. So try and keep an eye out for that one as well. But look, remember, tomorrow the new weight kit comes out. We've seen some of the pictures on social media of the ones that are selling in Turkey. They're absolutely laughable because they're nowhere near the one that's supposed to be the one that's coming out tomorrow. It's just laughable. And if anybody's gone to Turkey and bought them, God, honestly, I wouldn't bother, just throw it in the bloody bin, but I wouldn't even bother paying the money for it. You know, because the ones in Turkey look bloody awful because they don't even look like the ones, you know, they've got like a pinstripe down as well, and it's like, what the hell's going on there? So,
even in Canada, they bought theirs first, didn't they? In Canada,
yeah. Splatty is excellent shows always, guys, and all the chat. Ta-ta for now. How are you, the lads? Yeah, cheers, Splat. Thanks, mate. Bye, says Alan. Goodbye to you, mate. Great show, Tony and John, says Ian. Thank you very much indeed, Ian. Yeah, so as I say, we're at the end of the show now. But remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white, as I always say at the end of every show. And look, let's wait and see what signings come through the door. And I'm sure we could be busy right up until deadline day. Who knows? Who knows?
Exactly.
Castaneted is a roller coaster. As Ronan Keaton once said, life is a roller coaster. It absolutely is. And when you're supporting Newcastle United, it is a roller coaster. There are a lot of ups and downs. But this time, we want more ups than we want downs. So let's hope that's the case. But anyway, it's bye-bye from me.
And we the lads.
Yep. And we the lads. See you
We the lads. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.